What is going on, everyone? Back with another Mondays with Mike. And like always, we'll wait about a minute here before we start getting talking with anyone and see who jumps on. Every week we've been having quite a few people join us. So, yeah, we'll see. First of all, if you haven't been on here or you're watching this at a later time period, we come here every Monday, 8 o'clock East Coast, 5 West Coast, depending on time of year, obviously, because it changes. And basically on here just to talk about parts, new parts coming out, what's going on with Axion. If you've ordered from us and you're wondering where your order is, you can pop in here. We can talk live about it. Back orders, you name it, whatever you want to ask the question. Even if it doesn't have to do with business, we like to talk about Hondas, but yeah, that's the main reason we're in here. So, yep, another week. Seems like we're getting a lot of people coming in back to back, which is fucking awesome. We encourage everyone to talk between each other in the chat down here too, get to know each other, exchange information, maybe live near each other, meet up for a car meet, racing, whatever. Most of the people that come in here obviously are customers of ours. So they've just been coming in every week and get to know each other. And yeah, we just kind of see where the talk takes us for the week and talk about pretty much anything. So yeah, we'll kind of see who comes in and who wants to talk. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything going on with us right now. Any new parts? I can't think. Some APR stuff for the new Type R's come out. I can't think of really anything for the 11th gen, 10th gen Civics, Accords, nothing really. Obviously, a lot doesn't change in like 1 week. So the other thing is we're starting to finish up on our 2-liter downpipes for Accord, RDX, TLX, Integra Type S, and 10th and 11th gen Type R. They're all compatible. Since the wait times are so long with so many companies right now, I think it's really cool that we finally get this done. Hopefully we can get some pre-orders from some people that been looking. They're still about another month to 2 months out though, but that's pretty much what you're going to wait with any other company. And I think it's the best downpipe that will be on the market. Obviously, I've had really good feedback with our 1.5 guys. The fact that you could take out a turbo and just take off the upper half of the downpipe with a V-band and not have to take off the whole downpipe, all the brackets, and disconnect from the front pipe to change out a turbo is amazing. Plus, you can take off the catted part and put in a catless when you go to the track. So I don't know. It's just, I think it's really cool. I'm surprised it hasn't caught on with the 2-liter guys being this pumped about them. Because I see people just buying tons of the other ones that are just basically all the same and identical in a lot of ways. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully people can start supporting us. And I know the 1.5 guys, I have not got one bad review about our downpipe. Everyone is like, this thing's beautiful. Everything's made in the US, all welded in-house, TIG welded. So yeah, and you can't get any better than a V-band. So let's see. Okay, new seals and injectors. Anyone do that? Honestly, most people, if the seals go bad on these DI injectors, I'm assuming you're talking about the DI injectors. You can do them. A lot of people will just buy new ones. But yeah, a lot of that like Teflon, like plastic on the DI injectors goes bad through time. So, yep. I haven't seen a ton of them, but I've had a couple customers that have told me. So, yeah, so back for another week. Super busy. Another awesome month so far. May's usually pretty busy for us. So, just working a lot and trying to order as much parts as we can to get them in stock. So You guys don't have to wait for anything. There's a lot of stuff selling lately, man. It's crazy how I can go online at different like wholesalers that we buy from, and one day they'll have like 150 of something, and the next day they're just completely gone. So, yep. 11th gen still hasn't been sent off for fab work. I'm still kind of holding off a little bit. So just waiting. Obviously, I don't want to dump another like 10 grand in fab work right now. So waiting another couple months, and finally the car will go off to get all this fab work done. So it's pretty much where we're at right now. Kind of sucks not having my cars. Obviously, like I said, our shop cars are both still in Arizona right now. So I still have to bring them out to North Carolina, which I don't really want to pay for, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, I think Andy, I heard that Alex Gleach is actually going to the track this weekend. So we'll see if the times improve on his visit out there. So hoping for a 10-second pass. Obviously, I know Andy wants it first, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with Alex Gleach's Accord if he can hit 10s. Yeah, he ordered a couple things from me this week for just like some spark plugs and that. And I think this next week that he's going out, he actually is going to run the 15s, the slicks that he got on the car. So he's hoping for some really good times. So we'll see. I'm pretty curious. I'm wondering what he's even gonna run. So yeah, I'm assuming if it didn't go that great, he wouldn't have posted anything about it. So yep. The other thing is, I don't know if you guys have watched the new video. We posted a video a couple days ago on all the camber arms. If you want to watch it, a lot of people have actually been tuning into it, so I'm really happy about it. We've been trying to post up as much content. And if you guys want to see some other stuff, just let us know, email us and be like, hey, like, I want to see all the comparisons between these. I'll lay out all the parts and do a little, investigation work and measurements and weights, and we'll see what everything works out to. Best injectors for the MHI Stage 2 are going to be stock. I'm assuming, I don't know what car you have, so if you have a Type R, then you can upgrade, but if you don't have a Type R, you can't upgrade the injectors. So you have to stay with the stock ones. And I'm working right now on getting a dealer contract with Tuner Nerd. And what's going to be great for that is they make some really cool meth parts for universal kits, obviously. And so far, some tuning data that I've got back has been really, really good on the Accord guys stuff. So, so we'll see. So that's pretty good news. Yeah, I thought the video turned out good for the camber arms. I really wish I had probably got maybe some. I wish I had like a set of the RV6s here, obviously. I mean, they're totally different, but it would have been cool to have them in the video as my favorites. But yeah, I think they turned out good. I was kind of shocked, honestly, on a couple of them because I thought some would be lighter than they were. So DE5, you can, I actually have them. You're going to want to get the XDI fuel pump, and then you can get the XDI injectors are another good option. I've got them in stock, so they would ship out tomorrow. Yeah, the DE5 can actually run injectors. I haven't really seen the Hondata fuel system versus the flex fuel module. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sometimes I don't get some of these videos and I don't see them. I know Hondata is coming out with something I saw about a week ago. But yeah, we'll see what they bring out. I think it was maybe flex fuel stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I would just hit up on data and see if they can send you, things for the injectors if they aren't sealing properly. Yeah, the Flex Fuel Kit and a Hondata Fuel Kit are two different things. You actually still need the Flex Fuel Kit if you're going to run the Hondata fuel system. Hondata fuel systems, basically, depending on the kit, is DI injectors, DI pump, and a cam. And the reason they send a cam is not even really for lift and duration. It's more for the fuel lobe that's on the end for the DI pump. Loving the questions today, guys. This is awesome. Hopefully we can get some more people in here chatting. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like all the videos, because that way it gets out to more people. If I understand, like if you watch the video, like it does good, but if people are actually thumbing up the video, it helps with YouTube understanding the videos, getting some good feedback, so it gets out there a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I figured it was something to do with that. I know they're working on a lot of carb legal stuff lately, which honestly is still good because it kind of appeases the EPA to lay off a little bit, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, more parts for, look, some people have to abide by the rules in certain states. And, especially being in California with Type R, like you don't want to get pulled over and get a referee ticket. Already been there, done that. And it's not fun. And I can't even imagine now. I got my referee ticket like 20 years ago. So, and they were strict back then. I can't even imagine how strict they are now. The meth kits aren't too difficult. It's just running basically like the feed line. And I mean, honestly, the best way to do it is a direct port. You got some drilling, tapping, feed line, electrical. It's pretty involved, but yeah, a lot of the kits are very different. Hopefully, this Tuner Nerd company we can come to an agreement and start selling their stuff. Their stuff is beautiful, and the direct port on their kit is unbelievable. And I guess Derek was tuning it at IMW this week and was like, "This thing is really cool." So if Derek, loves something, obviously that's, as a tuner, that says a lot. So yeah, I'll keep you all updated if we're going to bring them on. I really want to. I was supposed to call the owner today and been way too busy. So hopefully tomorrow I can reach out to him. Mondays are honestly the craziest day of the week for us because like during the weekend, we get a lot of orders and I don't really, nothing ships on the weekend. So there's no point filling them all. But then Monday morning comes and I've got like over 50, 60, 70 orders. So it's always nuts. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I didn't even hear about them until I saw their little plate come out for the Accord, which I actually wanted to jump on. And I had talked to a couple people about bringing out a DI plate, but oh well. It doesn't have it on there. You could have ordered it with the port meth. Honestly, on that kit, you could actually drill it out because it's aluminum for one. I know it sucks to like ruin a Prackworks manifold, but you can actually drill into the Prackworks manifold and then just tap it for the fittings, and they would work perfect because you've actually got a thick enough amount of material there to play with. Because that's all Prackworks do is they basically just drill it out for you. It'd be kind of nice if they actually just made that mandatory on at least the Type R stuff that you could get meth bungs added to it. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else is going on. Yeah, we've got lots of stuff in stock for 11th gens. Type R stuff, iffy. Intake wise, those are sold out for quite a while, to be honest. Type R stuff is just so popular right now, and trying to keep anything in stock with them is just ridiculous. I'm trying to think what else is up. Not much. Finally getting a little bit of travel coming in this weekend, so I'm excited for that, to get out of town and just out of the office and work. I've been working literally since we moved to North Carolina with stuff going on. I've literally been just 24/7, not doing anything or going really anywhere. And I'm definitely in need of like a couple days of relaxation. But I don't mind being busy, guys, so keep the orders coming. Nice if we could just get the fucking turbo shipped. That turbo is taking forever. It still shows early June, so I'm actually going to have them check on it here in a week, Andy, and see if they can get a real updated time frame. So, yeah, the Flex Fuel kit kind of will let you, it kind of adjusts some stuff where you can tune with it. It has a lot of features to it. E85 is going to be too much for the Type R fuel system. It depends what fuel system you're running, and what turbo you have and what boost you have. Obviously, all that comes into play because at some point you're going to run out of fuel. So typically E30, E50 is kind of where more of the Type R guys kind of shoot. But like I said, it depends on what you've actually got done to it. So honestly, does the Accord leak oil from the valve cover? Any valve cover can leak oil. It depends on how it was put on the car. Did they use Honda Bond? Did they put it on right? Yeah, I mean, the gaskets don't usually go bad there for quite some time. But if they weren't really installed right, then they can leak. I mean, I've had my 1.5 had a leak on the cam seal. So whoever did it at the factory, messed up and just had like a small leak. But yeah, it happens. It's not fun because it just completely ruins the engine bay and everything with oil everywhere. I also want to say, anyone that's ordered, if you guys get an email asking to like review a part that you maybe got in the mail or you ordered from us, please leave a review. We changed websites about 5 months ago, and none of our old reviews online ported over, so we had to start from scratch. So I'm trying to get it where people are actually leaving reviews again, so like people that don't know who we are know that we can be trusted as a company and selling parts. So finally getting there with people leaving reviews, but it's been a while. So I'm trying to read. Yeah, Ben, you're gonna want. You're gonna probably only want to run around E30. FL5 is not going to make 400. You might get around 380 wheel on E30. But unless you add meth injection, like there's just not enough fuel for that turbo to make more power. And it's still a factory turbo, so it can only take so much boost before it just starts pumping a bunch of hot air on the car. That's why I always say just go with the MHI Stage 2. Honestly, it's just you've got way more room for a turbo if you get bored of 380 wheel. For head gasket and that, everything OEM. That's all I recommend. Yep. It just needs to be put on right, obviously, and a little bit of Honda Bond on the corners, and it seals up fine. Yeah, you can also check your torque on the valve with the engine cover bolts. Maybe one of them's backed off a little bit. They shouldn't, but it could have backed out, and that's just created some gap. Yeah, super annoying. Oil leaks are the worst. Yep, just like Andy said. Yep. And you can just get the Honda Bond at the Honda dealer. Just get the gasket and tell them you want some Honda Bond, and Just put it in like the corners everywhere. There's like a little seam. It just helps create like a little, just so there's not a break. But yeah, did anyone catch the Miami Grand Prix yesterday? It's finally nice to see a different person finally win F1 for the first time in like a year. Congrats to Norris. Not Norris. What's his name? McLaren driver. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank here, guys. Help me out. Lando. There we go. Lando Norris. Yeah, it's finally good seeing him actually win his first F1 event. I know it's been coming for a long time, but kind of got lucky, obviously, with the safety car. I don't know if anyone watches F1 in here, but always good to watch. But I can't believe some of the prices for the F1 event for like nachos and this kind of stuff. I saw for like, I guess at one of like the party groups or something, like for a table for nachos were like $180. Fucking crazy. Oh man. Yeah, the last F1 event I went to was in Long Beach back in the early 80s. I went back when they were making a lot of power. And I think it was when Ayrton Senna was actually in the old Renault, the John Player Special is when I went back then. And I used to love watching those things fly by in person. There's nothing like the sound of them. The ones now, I mean, they sound good, but they're not like the ones back then. Yeah, I don't mind watching on TV. I like watching, obviously, people that know me or follow my personal stuff. I'm a huge traveler, so I like watching the different places around the world that they go to. But yeah, there's nothing like it in person. I think one of these years, my wife and I are going to go to the Mexico Grand Prix, since it's always during my birthday. So, oh, sweet. I need to get back up to Pennsylvania again. It's been a long time. I need to try and go see PRL and see what they've been up to. Obviously, I haven't been in there for a long, long time. And then maybe meet up with Andy. But yeah, hopefully, I got a couple people. I'm not sure if you guys saw, I actually had a Integra 1.5 that actually dynoed with Derek last week and actually made some pretty good numbers on pump gas. It made, I think, 270 wheel and 280 torque, which is actually pretty good for pump gas, no ethanol. So not a bad little tune. And he's running all the Axion parts, which is even cooler. So finally, some people are getting some stuff out there and getting really good feedback on our parts. So it's always a good thing. But yeah, for any of the people that have joined, welcome in. We do this every Monday, 8 o'clock East Coast. We just come in here to bullshit and talk about Hondas and whatever you want to talk about. Just shoot a question in the comments. I'd love to answer it. And whether it's about Axion, about parts, about modifying, whatever you want to ask about, just ask. Well, you can get like the turbo clamps, which are going to hold a little bit better than the standard coupler clamps that are provided. Honestly, I mean, these cars are not usually pushing enough boost to shoot off your charge pipes all the time. But yeah, there's pretty much two different types of clamps. And then beyond that would be V-band, but you have to have that fabricated on there. So, I mean, they're just universal. You can get Vibrant, make them if you want. I'll show you real quick. Hold on. Gotta help people out when we're on here. Okay, so damn, I'm showing you my competition. I don't even want to do that. That's the worst thing. All right, so all right, well, I'll show you this real quick. Man, I don't even know if I can get it on here. There you go. I don't know if the light's gonna work out. It's not picking it up. Oh well. Just type in the T-bolt clamp. That'll tell you what you need. So, yep. If you want something, if you've got a pipe that keeps popping off, honestly, usually with these turbos, if the clamp's popping off, it's because the pipe's at a weird angle and it hasn't really got a proper seal with the regular clamp on it. But the T clamps are going to be a little better. Well, most stuff is actually Chinese garbage. This, you know, it is what it is. I mean, especially with the clamps, like, I mean, they can be a really expensive part to like a charge pipe kit, because, you know, per clamp can be like $20. So you add 8, you know, there's $160 in clamps just in a kit, you know. So it's hard for these companies to make money adding stuff like that when, you know, the generic person buying their, you know, charge pipe kit isn't making that much power to pop off, you know, the coupler. What's up, Mr. Type R? Car's looking good. If you guys want to go follow Mr. Empire, he has a really sick FL5, and does a lot of product reviews for his Type R. So he's a cool dude to follow. I always like everyone supporting everyone. I think it's really cool. It's really sad when one thing you find, I'll let you guys know this. I don't know what everyone does in here for work, but when you decide to start a business and you know, the first people that should really support you are family and friends. And you'll find out really quickly that the majority of your friends and family don't really give a fuck to support you. And it's really hard finding people that will actually take the time and subscribe to things and try and like promote other people. And it really only takes like very little time to do that. And I think in this world of where, you know, private equity companies rule the whole world, and, you know, you've got Amazon and eBay and just massive companies out there. It's, I think one of the crucial things that I've always been about is, number one, supporting friends, family, and good people, and, just taking care of each other, obviously, because, you know, a lot of these big companies that people continue to buy from all the time, they really don't care about you. All they care about is getting your money. And the minute you're gone, they replace you with someone else that's buying stuff from them. And so just whether it's us you want to support or another company out there that's small, try and stick with the smaller companies, give them a shot. Because it just helps a lot of people in the long run. You know, this business is a very tough business. And a lot of sleepless nights, I would say. Because you just never know what's going to happen ever. I mean, and you don't really know that when you're hired by a company either. You could get let go at any minute, but it's just a very scary thing to have. All right, let's get back to questions. Yeah, Andy, hit me up with a t-shirt idea when we're off of here. I actually have to get some made. I really want to do my Don't Stop Oil t-shirt. A Honda Accord could definitely beat a Dodge Charger. Those things are heavy sleds. I think my Honda Passport actually would probably give a Charger a run. Yeah, the only thing is with the T-clamps, with some of this piping, if it's aluminum, if you over clamp it, like, you may start to crush the piping, just so you know. From what I remember, the PRL intercooler core is now CSF. It used to be Garrett a long time ago, and now I'm pretty sure it's the CSF cores. That's the one that we're going to custom do in our 11th gen is a CSF. So yeah. Yeah, Andy's Accord would just shit all over one of those things. I don't know why, but every time I see a Dodge now, I instantly think of sideshows and just obnoxious idiots with slow cars. I understand a Hellcat and a Demon are pretty quick, but I think a lot of people who drive those things think they drive like a Hellcat, and it's just funny. Oh, I'm sure you do with those times, dude. You beat almost a lot of stuff out there. Oh, man. Yeah, your car's definitely quick. If you guys want to go follow Andy, go follow him. I like your little intro video you put together. It's much better. So you're doing good. You just got to get the skills down of like how to record based off what video you're putting on there. So, because then it'll just look better. But yeah, it's definitely looking a lot better, man. I'm trying to, even with both my YouTubes, I'm trying to watch all your content to try and pump it up a little bit with numbers. So, yeah, I think they changed that actually, Andy. I think I looked a while back and I thought I saw them say CSF, or I went on CSF's website and they actually listed PRL as one of their suppliers. I could be wrong though. I know it was a Garrett core for the longest time. Yeah, I have several CSF radiators for both my cars. I run their drag units on our 9th gen and our 11th gen, which you guys will see the 11th gen one the way I'm setting it up soon. It's a tiny little like baby core. And then we're using a massive from mount intercooler with custom end tanks. Yeah, it's just you got to get in your head like hold the phone horizontal for like shorts and reels on Instagram, and then sideways for like any normal YouTube videos. And it'll fill up the whole box. So it won't have those weird like blacked out edges on there. Nissan scare me. Why is that? Because they're pieces of crap? Or just most Altima drivers are ridiculously idiotic? I think Nissan Altima drivers are probably the worst out there. They're one of. I would only buy, well, I would maybe buy one of the new Nissan through the 400. I would definitely buy a GTR. Still just not a Nissan fan. I would take a Toyota any day over a Nissan. Yeah, those things are quick. They're nice cars too, but they're massive cars, man. They're huge. I remember looking up, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he runs like all the half mile events and that. I think he changed cars and he no longer has the GTR. I'm not sure anymore, but I remember I watched an interview of how much he spent on his GTR to get it to run like over 230, and he spent over $1 million on the car and all the mods. It's insane. Yeah, they do really nice. I mean, I still miss my Audi TTRS. I thought that thing was, I wanted to keep modifying it, but I was so scared of something breaking and then it would be like $25,000 to fix. Yeah, you can order anytime, man. I'm always here to help people, and I've probably answered a lot of questions to people over the years that have never bought anything from us and bought from my competition. So But like I said, I just try to give out my honest opinion and help people out. And if you choose to shop with us, then cool, Yeah, Turbo Blankets, header wrap, Turbo Blanket, PTP's the company that make them. They're all direct fit. As far as the downpipe blanket, there's two types that they make. One for the high flow, which means the big Jesse catalytic converters that PRL used to use or TSP use, because it's the same downpipe basically, just without the PRL name. If you have any of the other downpipes, you're just going to use the regular downpipe blanket. But yeah, I mean, those are the key ways to keep heat down. I mean, look, you're kind of fighting a battle here. I mean, yeah, you can do a little bit to help with some of the heat, but in the end, it's a turbo car. It's just all it's going to produce. That's what the intercooler's for. And, I mean, the other thing is, do meth injection. I mean, that instantly just cools down everything. Oh, Mr. Russia's back. What's up, little dude? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I think he owns an RDX. So, thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. I saw a bunch of those come in. You guys can go click the little thumbs up button. I appreciate that. Definitely helps us out. Hopefully people see these videos. I don't think the live videos really get out to many people. I only do it just to kind of keep a conversation going with our customers and a face-to-face kind of chat. And I think it's a nice way just to have some quick conversation instead of over email or whatever. Since we don't really, I used to have a phone network here for the business and I chose not to do it anymore. It's just more hassle than it's worth. So I usually stick to email. Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah, I got to tell you, a lot of people like with these new Type R's, man, they don't care about a warranty at all. They're just like mod. So, yep. Yeah, the PTP is the best blanket for the car. Yeah, it's pretty much the only blanket for the car. That's like a true proper fit. There's companies out there that make them for the T3, but those don't fit properly. Yeah, well, thanks for everyone for joining us tonight. Another successful week, I guess. We got 10 people on here and 3 thumbs up. I'm good with that. If you guys have questions, just keep shooting them in the comments. I'd love to answer stuff. Don't be scared. We're all friendly here. If you're a first timer, there isn't a stupid question, at least in here anyway. Sometimes there is through email, but I won't bring it down for asking questions. That's why I kind of created this so people could learn in here instead of some of these idiots on Facebook that have probably had a car for like a year and think they've been a mechanic for 20. Well, it just depends on who's in the chat, right? I'm very friendly, so there's only a couple times I get angry on Facebook with people, and that's when and people lie or say something dishonest, then I'll kind of jump on people. But for the most part, pretty friendly. Yeah, so pretty much we hang out in here for about 45 minutes to an hour every Monday. So you guys are welcome to come back in next week. If you think of something you need to ask, you can email me or follow us on Instagram. It's just Axion Industries. That's all you have to look up. And yep. Hopefully should have another 11th gen video coming this week. I put it together the other day, so it's just a quick one. Don't worry, it's not a long video. I think it's only 2 minutes, so it's I just go over the turbo that we got for the car. So you guys can watch another one in the series. It's going to be the last one in the series for at least quite a while probably, because obviously I don't have the car with us right now, so Yeah, honestly, I just warranties just mean nothing. I don't even like. I don't know. I don't see no matter what you do to these cars, like they're not going to have for the most part a huge issue with the car. I mean, it's a Honda. I mean, yes, you can get a random lemon, but at the same time, like I hardly ever see anyone with very serious warranty work that would put you out a lot of money. I mean, look, there's people with Type R's making over 500 wheel and they have like 1,000 miles on it. They're fine. Oh, cool. Yeah, my plan is, I mean, one day I would love to get a DE5, but my wife definitely knows I have way too many Hondas right now. So, um, yeah. And the Hondas I have are like bolt-on parts are one thing, but then when you get into custom fab work and race car shit, it's like 3, 4 times the amount of money. So, yeah. I don't even want to talk about our 9th gen build. Oh, Andy, I got a message from Alan Myers the other day. He might be buying Harry Sparks chassis from the 9th gen. I don't know if I should have said that online, but I figured nobody from the 9th gen group is even in here. But yeah, he got a killer deal on just the chassis with cage and everything. So, well, it's always torque that you got to look, not the horsepower when it comes to a clutch or pistons or rod failure. 260 is probably around the limits. It's just how you drive it too. I've seen a lot of people that will they'll try and get on it in 5th or 6th gear at a low RPM, and that's what's going to kill your clutch. So do not do that. You know, downshift, get it around 4,000 RPM, and then get on it. Don't step on it in these tall, long gears. Uphill, if you're going uphill, that's another one that'll kill the car. Yeah, so pretty much full bolt-ons with a stage 2 tune is about maxed on pump gas. And then you have to be careful on how you drive it. Just don't, like I said, no extra tall gears, no uphill, no low RPM. That's what's going to get you just melting the clutch. So, and obviously don't dump it and, go crazy. But yeah, I mean, some people's I've heard slip at 23 PSI, some don't. It's just, But yeah, like I always say, like, the clutch should always be on everyone's like radar if you're going to want to mod these things. So yeah. And the funny thing is you aren't going to need your extended warranty with these cars. I mean, these things can take 600 horsepower for a Type R until they go. And, I know people that have done over 300-400 dyno runs at 550 with these cars, and they're still perfectly fine. So, wow. Yep. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, for right now, I mean, it's just I have 2 cars that are still need to get finished that are basically I'm turning into full race cars, and um, eventually I might buy a DE5. I still think it's maybe a couple years out, but I don't know. I really would love to get rid of my 9th gen race car, but I think it'd be better actually finishing it and then getting rid of it if I choose to do that. I don't know. I didn't really plan to make the 11th gen a race car, but because of the business and now it's something I really want to do. And it's the core of our business now. And, with the swap and everything I'm doing, it touches so many things like my Accord customers, RDX, TLX, Type R, DE5, 1.5 guys, everything. Like the car is just all rounded. It hits every kind of customer that I deal with right now. So it's really good. So it really Deuce's evolution. It really depends what car you have. Most likely, if it's a newer car, it's going to be K-Tuner. Honda just doesn't have the features that the K-Tuner has for the 1.5. K-Tuner is a lot safer, and it's way less money. So it's I know a lot of people that have bought Honda and then they end up trading it in for K-Tuner at a later date. But you're going to want to get a K-Tuner for Accord or 10th gen or 11th gen 1.5s all day. There's just stuff in the Honda software that just isn't really safe and it's questionable. And when you see a lot of these 1.5s that have blown, nobody's talking about which tuning device they were on either. So, I mean, honestly, your FL5 can probably take about 550 before you got to start worrying about gears. Yeah, and if you're not launching it on slicks, you're probably fine. I love the Audi TT. I did not like the payment of it. I think my payment on the Audi was $1,650 a month. I bought it at the end of this whole COVID craze, so I got a good deal on it. What I thought was a good deal, but with the taxes and everything, it came out to almost $99,000. And probably not the best decision I've done in my life when I look at what I could have bought with the money. I sold the RDX for it. And I was trying to, I've always wanted one. I always wanted an RS3, and I came across the TTRS in white. It was a 2021 mint condition, like 5,000 miles. MSRP on those at the time was like, with what I had done, was 83,000. So I got it for 78, and then with all the added stuff and I had to ship it, it was a lot more money. But that car tuned with the DSG was just, it was pretty nasty, especially the sounds on it. I had it straight piped intake, and it was phenomenal. It was a great car. I just got tired of the expenses on it, and I just, I didn't drive it much. I always wanted to baby it, not add extra miles to it. Just, I didn't see the point of spending that type of money every month for a car that literally I drove 100 miles a month. So, yep. Yeah, so here's the thing. The reason K-Tuner aren't adding any other things to their lineup, at least this is what I've kind of got from James, is the EPA kind of came in at them a couple years ago and really tried to kind of come after them and wanted them to basically go buy a bunch of cars and then send the cars to California and have them all smogged with K-Tuner units on them. And I guess K-Tuner did it for a couple cars. So they had to spend like $60,000, $70,000 on this to appease the EPA. And I think that's part of the reason why they haven't added any more new ones. Because I keep talking to them like, when are you guys going to come out with something for the Honda Ridgeline and the Passport and the Pilot? Because I know a ton of people that would buy those because the V6 is perfect with K-Tuner. It makes another like 20, 30 horsepower over stock. It'd be phenomenal, but they're just, I think they're wanting to just be very cautious of what else they add to their lineup. I might reach out to him and see what's going on. Like, do they have anything coming down the line of when they're going to have any new vehicles added to their list? So, yep. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, they supported the 10th gen, and it was just when Honda brought out this fuel system stuff, the K-Tuner stuff, from what I remember, just the ECU wasn't able to talk to some of it, and it just didn't work as good as the Honda did on the Type Rs. Yeah, I mean, my TT was like 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. I had like a stage 1 tune on it, the DSG tune, mid pipes, catless, race exhaust, intake, a couple other things. It wasn't too much, but I think it made like 540 horsepower and like 520 torque. But no, it's definitely a nice car. And I just I'm at a point in my life where I enjoyed having it, but I would rather have more money in the bank to enjoy every month. Um, so that was pretty much why I got rid of it. Yeah, I call it California. I used to live there, so I understand everything about that state and um, why it sucks now. Well, I wouldn't say this the state sucks, but it sucks for modifying and having cars and guns. So, uh, yeah. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm really appreciate all of you hanging in here and clicking on the thumbs up video. If you guys can spend some time and watch some of our videos on the homepage, I would really appreciate it. And also come back next week to chat. Definitely love a lot of the back and forth stuff on here. At least it makes it easier for me to have something to talk about. So yeah, I mean the FL5 is really like I like the FK8 and I enjoyed driving one for a while. But I still think the car was a little bit too I don't know, it just kind of seemed plasticky and a little cheesy inside compared if you especially if you compare it to the FL5. I mean, the fit and finish of the FL5 like just kills the FK8 all over the place. The tech in it, everything. So, yep. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to be getting off here. If you have a question real quick, I can answer it. But obviously, it's almost 9 o'clock here, and I still have work to do. I think I've got 15 emails that just came in. So, lots of stuff. Hopefully, there are a bunch of orders. But we'll be back next Monday. Think of questions you can ask. Write some stuff down real quick if you have something that comes up. Yeah, so love to see everyone back in here and keep supporting the channel. We're finally close to getting paid by YouTube. I don't know why it's taken this long, especially with all the content we put out all the time. But yep, we'll see where it goes. But hope you all come in next week. We'll see you at 8 o'clock East Coast. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.